almost all descriptions of battles coming from soldiers are terrible, right? Most experiences of battles are terrible. For a lot of the Union soldiers who are charging against this wall, this particular experience feels more terrible. It feels kind of hopeless. They feel like they were tasked to do something that they just never had any real hope of accomplishing. So how do you think that made them feel? Highly demoralized. Yeah. So I'm going to lean into that. The next quote I have for you, and just think about this situation, is from December 15th. And this is from a guy who's a captain in the 118th Pennsylvania. They also had very, very steep casualties here. And he writes about, after the battle, General Burnside and his staff passing their regiment. And he says, "The men stood and silently looked upon their commander. They had no bad words for him, nothing but pity. There was no soldier more respected in the whole army than General Burnside, but he had now lost the confidence of the men and was of no further use to them. They felt, and by their silence showed this." So, let's take a second and visualize what's happening. And this does require a little bit of knowledge about how Civil War armies tended to behave when their commanders passed them. For those of you who are my Civil War buffs, and I know you're here, how did the armies behave when their commanders passed them?
Cheer.
They cheer. You're supposed to cheer, right? You take your caps off, you cheer. They're kind of rowdy sometimes. Okay, Burnside is literally getting the silent treatment from his soldiers. And it doesn't mean good things. Now, that was from a captain. He's very polite in his writing. A lot of soldiers on the ground were less polite. When they start remembering their experiences here, when they start writing about their experiences to the folks back home, one soldier said it was simply murder and the whole army is mad about it. Another one says it was a miserably wicked, shameful affair. All right, so when you said demoralized, that word is a pretty decent descriptor of generally how the army is feeling after this battle.